I'm going to present myself first. I'm Giovanna. I'm 23 years old, and I started here in Talk and Talk as a host in August. So since then, I've been here sharing with you guys a little bit of those questions, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And also, I'm going to present myself first. I'm Giovanna. It's the YouTube it opened. But anyways, and I'm also a major in international relations, so I really enjoy learning languages. And what about you, Bruna?
So I'm Bruna, I'm 31. I'm living in Dublin, Ireland, but I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. And I'm here to improve my English. I started to participate on March of this year. And yes, I love to travel and I love to meet new people. I like to read some books and I'm here every single day when I can in the different times.
That's really nice. And how long have you been in Dublin?
Almost 1 year.
1 year, nice.
Yeah.
You got used to the accent. They had a little bit different accent, right?
Really?
I think so.
I don't think
From
so.
the American one.
Probably. Yeah, because
I don't know.
I've ever studied American English. So here it's crazy to understand the British and Irish accent. So it's hard to me.
Right. But that's really nice. Are you enjoying to live there?
Yes, because I lived here before on 2018 for an exchange program, and I back to Brazil and spent three years there, and I back with a job in my area, even without fluent English, but I'm trying to improve it every single day. It's not easier, but I'm trying.
Oh, but if you're attending the meetings every day, you're certainly in the right way. It helps a lot.
I love to be here.
Right. So let's start the questions. Today we're going to talk about animals' rights, and just for Present Talk and Talk first, we're a platform to talk about some themes and subjects. We're going to be talking about animal rights, and we're going to answer these 10 questions. So the first question is, what springs to mind when you hear the term animal rights? I will go first, and I think animal rights were created to establish what is humans' rights and the difference between animal rights, because obviously animals are considered non-humans. But I think they established that they have emotions, they have a certain behavior, and they feel pain. So I think they established human and animal rights to secure that they cannot be treated as humans want. So I think that's it. But I think also, in my opinion, that we have to improve a lot these rights, because I think we still make them suffer a lot. And you, Bruno?
Yeah, so I totally agree with you. Because what springs in my mind right now, it's about eat meal and animal in general. So it's hard to me, don't eat it. But I think, as you said, they have emotions and the rights can be improved, of course. But I don't know if the population is right and prepared to talk about it. So it's hard to say,
Right.
but I think we can improve your mindsets and try to change our behaviors. And yeah, it's so complicated.
Exactly. The famous, they're not ready for this conversation.
Yeah, perfect.
Still, it's still really difficult to debate about this.
Yeah.
And about the second question, can you read it for us?
Mhm. What rights do animals have? So I don't know because they are not human like us, and I don't know if they are disconscient about their own rights. So it's complicated, but I think we can think respect them and try don't kill them and try to put them on a safest place and with food, water, or something like this, and to live as they can possible. I think it is difficult to think about it. I've never um, talked about it even in English, so
Hmm.
it's hard.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I think their rights, they may not be conscious about their rights, but I think that they've been created to so we can ensure that we are preserving the fauna and the flora. So like we have some animals that are in the risk of being extinguished, so the animal rights, they're here to preserve that too, that these animals don't be extinguished from earth, or that we don't have people um, commercializing animal fights. Or I think that if we can, so we can like minimally respect and preserve the environment. I think they're here for this too. So I think that's for it. And but I still think that it's not illegal to kill animals for commercial reasons. So because
Mhm,
we still eat some animals. So I
mhm.
don't know if this is in the law. I think it's not, because we still consume a lot of animal meat.
Yeah, I agree with you. Once I watched some Netflix series about sea and fishes, so I was so surprised because we know that it can be possible to kill them to eat, but have a lot of kinds of companies killed in the illegal way.
Right.
So just thinking about the increasing their revenue, so just to think in money and don't thinking in the other things, so it's really, really complicated.
Right. Yes. And the third one, should we all be vegetarian and not kill animals for food? This is a hard one. I
Mhm.
particularly tried to be vegetarian once,
Really?
but it wasn't easy for me. I don't think it's easy for anyone who's trying to transit from uh, eating meat and not eating. But for me, I tried to take a little bit out, and so I take all the red meat, and I
Mhm.
let only the like chicken and fish.
Mhm.
But I couldn't go out from eating chicken to not eating anything at all, because I felt like I need a little bit of this protein. It
Mhm.
was really hard for me to take it out from my in my food journey. So I wasn't able to be vegetarian, but I tried to do it. And
I
what
can
about you?
imagine. I can imagine it. Actually, I was talking about my husband earlier today about it
Right?
because yes, it's funny because I didn't see these topics from this conversation, so it's really funny. And because we we have this conscience, and we try to stop to eat much meeting red meat. And for us, it's also difficult, like you said, mailing chicken and fish. So we already reduced red meats. So the other ones, it's complicated because we can imagine we need to eat this protein, you know. What you can change for it if you don't have any protein on your plate. So, but I think it's very good when people change this mindset and stop to eat this thing. I think it's very courage people, and I would like to be one, but I know it's a hard process.
Yes.
So probably one day, and I try to don't add too many things about it because I'm so afraid and so sad if I'm seeing the people kill this animal. So I don't like and don't want to search to search something about it because I'm feeling so sad and I'm afraid to eat this kind of things.
Right. And I think for the whole population, I think that it's increasing the number of people that are becoming vegetarian, but I still
Mhm.
think it's not really enough. Or I when I talk to people about this, they say, "Oh, I like the taste of meat," and there's nothing that can replace that. In fact, we still don't have something that tastes the same as meat, and it's not meat. I know they're
Yeah.
constantly trying to create that future burger. Have you ever seen
Mhm.
the future
Yes.
burger?
Mhm.
But still, it's not like meat. But I think that if we manage to create something like the future burger and taste like meat, I think
Mhm.
that maybe we'll have more people adapting to
Yeah.
vegetarianism.
Yeah.
And what I try to do is like when it's possible, not eat meat on some plate. I try to do it or stay one day without eating meat, like Mondays.
Mhm. Ah, it's good. It's
So
a beginning steps.
yes, but it's not like I don't know. It's
Yeah.
the only thing that I could do.
Yeah, I totally understand you. I need to try to change for um como fala?
What?
Soja. I não sei em inglês.
I think it's soil.
Soil things and to substitute your the other things, so it can be good. And I've seen some people that I know trying to change it, and I think it's really amazing.
Hmm.
And I would like to be more conscient and change my behaviors. And yeah, I think that's it.
Right. But
So the next.
have you ever tried? I know it's not a question,
Mhm.
but I would like to know. Have you ever tried some vegetarian or vegan food or no?
Yes, I tried because we have here our flatmates. They worked in a school and bring some food in the end of the day. And sometimes we can see I have I have tried a hamburger and another meat that I forgot the name, but it's very good. It's totally possible to eat, you know. Even like you say, we need to change and have imagination to create new things, you know.
Exactly.
But I think it's totally possible because I don't know to cook these things, but I can eat if some people bring to me and I can try, no problem at all.
Exactly.
And
I
you,
think
about
that's
you?
yes. I like to try vegetarian food, and
Hmm.
I think it tastes really good because when it's well cooked, it has a good spice. I think
Hmm.
it gets really good. A
Yeah.
vegetarian hamburger, but I don't know how to cook it. I tried once, but it went horribly. I don't. Oh my god, I'm terrible in the kitchen. It went
Yeah.
really horrible. But when I try it in restaurants, I really enjoy.
I see. I see. So the next one. What
We're
rights? Oh,
it's the
it's the
fourth
number
one.
4. Yeah.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
What rights do humans have that animals should also have? Mm, I guess rights to live and rights to have something to eat, to drink, and like you said, don't having fighting with other people or other animals. So live in peace. I think it's very important too. And I don't know if you have something to add. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. I think those things like having a great environment to live. I think like these in some certain cultures it's still common to have animal fights. I think this is really negative. And also in the, I don't know how to say abatedoras, but I was
Mhm,
in these places they live in really small it's really small places,
mhm,
and I think this is really bad for them too. And the other thing that we should be combating, because we're like in 2022, it's animals testing. I think
wow,
some brands are conscious about this right now, but I think still we have a lot of animal testing, and I
yeah,
think this is like basic stuff, like not test in animals. It's the sixth question, but I'm still I'm already talking.
no, but I understand you. It's so sad because the cosmetics marketing is suffering, the animals suffering a lot with this kind of market, so
Right.
terrible.
Yes. So the next one is keeping a pet going against animal rights. This is a question I think a lot, but I don't know. It's a difficult one because uh, people really like to pet animals, like love,
Do you
like they
have any
feel.
pets?
I don't. I used to have, but nowadays I don't have anymore. But it's like family. This pet became. Do you have it? Do you have any?
No, no,
No.
I have, but in the past, not now.
Oh, okay. You had. So people really like made this pet their family. It's like if you I think we demand or told people they can't pet animals anymore, it will be a really catastrophe because they will certainly fight against this. But on the other hand, I think that still we have a lot of habits that are really negative for animals. Like we impose certain kinds of food, like I don't know how to say ração either, but ração,
Mm-hmm.
I will
Yeah,
search.
me neither.
Um, we impose these foods. There are some humans that incarcerated some animals, and this is really bad too. So I think that's it. I think that we should have some certain rules, like how to treat animals, and if you don't treat them like these rules, you should, be punished. I don't know. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it's way to solve this problem, but I think that make this against animal rights will be really hard.
Yeah, so it's hard to think and discuss with people that have animals in your house. Because I don't have time to take care of these animals, right? And I I like it to see and go in my house, in friend's house or family house and
Exactly.
doing some carinho, forgot the name.
Mhm.
But for me, I think it's the most of people is change your minds about these rights from, like you said, the animals need to eat specific things and sleep in your bed. So some strange things. So it's
Mhm.
funny because people dealing with like a baby, for example. So it's
Right.
hard to imagine. But I think it's growing up faster, and I cannot see different things about it. So it's became a human or some, for example. It's
Mhm.
strange.
Yes,
Animal
and there's
feet.
people that they really treat them like kids, and I think that maybe like beating animals. I don't know. There, when I was younger, it was kind of like normal to beat the dog or the animal, so you educate them. But nowadays, I don't think this makes sense anymore. Like
I
beating an
agree.
animal, I think it's such a
I agree.
shame.
It's like a bear when people put them on gaiola. I don't know in English. So it's so sad because you can see um, they are forcing these animals to have freedom. So it's pretty hard.
Right. Yes,
Cage.
yes. And also this is another topic is against
Oh.
humans rights, like the entertainment field, like such as circus that put animals to do presentations, or zoos that
Mhm.
they put them in a cage so we can so they can be attractions, right? I think this is also something that like we're in 2002 we should also get rid of, like
Yeah, I
these things.
think so. I agree.
um the next one is what do you think of testing cosmetics on animals? I've already said this, but I think that maybe we have a lot of research, so we know some certain types of products that are bad for animals and for people. We shouldn't be insisting on them. So I think that we should find some ways to test on animals, like on animals, no, on humans, like maybe on some research with I don't know what kinds of ways, but there's probably a way of not testing on animals because they're alive. They shouldn't be treated like this. I think that we should have some certain other ways to see in human skin reaction. I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm with you
What about
totally because I think it's terrible and always I was trying to find the package if you have some tags there and no tests on animals. I think it's really good. And
you?
here it's common have this transparency with the cosmetic things. So like you said, I think their companies in general need to try to find other ways to test it's without in animals. So it's really sad because the most of people just thinking in growth and gain money and it doesn't matter how to do it. So
Mhm.
it's so sad. I totally disagree with these behaviors or um, beliefs. So sad.
Right, exactly. Can you read the next one?
Mhm. So number 7, would you join an animal rights group? Um, I would like to, but I don't know, and I've never seen a group. just talking about it. So it's interesting to think and to join, of course, because I can learn a lot. Because to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of information about these things, and I really like to learn, but I don't like to watch the these violence things, just to read. So I think it's more, it's small for me. But I don't know.
Violence
I've
with
never seen.
animals, to say.
Sorry.
Violence. You don't like to watch violence with animals.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
hmm So yeah, I need to find something and to learn, and maybe I can learn more in this topic smoothly to it. Yes, I think it's pretty good, and everyone needs to learn more about it. And how
mhm.
about you?
Right. I agree. I don't know a lot about this topic, but I I don't know. I never been in an animal rights group. I think they're interesting, but I think that without funding or without some kind of resources, it's just protest. Protesting is important too to make the consciousness happen. But I don't know. I think that I do more by supporting some kind of groups or donating some kind of groups that can actually do some action, like Greenpeace or something. I don't know. But I
Mhm.
don't but I only seen animal rights groups in terms of vegan groups. I never
Mhm.
seen other ones because I'm a little bit off the topic. I don't know a lot, but I
Yeah.
I know vegan groups. But I wouldn't be fit in vegan groups because I'm not vegan. But I think it's
Yeah.
a great cause. I think it's a important cause.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think you cannot force other people to do the same thing, Just if the people can see value in it and try to do it by yourself. So don't force and try to change drastically. So I think each one need to take some time to think and stopping its red meals and trying to stop eating pork and go on. So it's crazy.
Yeah, you made me think in another question. Is that, do you think that these vegan groups or the groups that eat meat, do you think that it's right uh, for them to impose this certain way? Because I've seen some movements that are Pacific, but there are movements that are like a little bit non-Pacific, like to impose the habit of not eating meat. What do you
Mhm.
think about it?
So I don't like when the people in general or talking about racism or the vegan talk. So I don't like the extremo. I don't know in English, but
Mhm.
we can try to teach someone and try to explain and try to take your time. I don't like it to the people like to impose if you. I don't know, impose and force someone. You need to do it. So no, I'm trying. If I'm feeling good, okay. If I'm feeling bad, I will stop.
Mhm.
Not because someone's saying it to me. Just I need to see this value and try to change my life, my health. Not because the other one wants to change their
Mhm.
lives.
Yes, I agree. I think that extremism, it's not really good in any kind of way,
Stresses.
and I think that they should have those protests, but not
Yeah.
impose nothing
hmm
to them. But I think that people that eat meat, because I think there are some groups that people with that eat meat. They shouldn't impose these things to vegetarians. So I think this is really important to have restaurants and fast foods that have options without meat, so they can be more accessible to those who don't eat meat. So I
Yeah,
think
I agree. Yeah.
there are both
Well,
sides of it.
yeah, like you said, if this protest is Pacific, it's okay, but it's non-Pacific, it's not okay. We can choose what you can do or anything.
Exactly. Exactly. The next question is, would you join I don't know, we already answered this one.
Mhm.
What animals should have the most rights? I don't think that there is a differentiation, because just like humans, there aren't differentiation like there's certain humans have most rights. No, I think for animals it's the same thing. They all should have the same rights. So yeah, I think that
Mhm.
they all should have the same rights.
It's hard to say, but in my opinion, I think the government can would create some things to control this kind of thing. So you need to kill, okay, but you don't kill. Um, I don't know. I think they have to start with a target. For example, you can explore um, your animals until do you know what I mean? We need to have a limit to do it. So I think it's can be better, but I don't know in fact if it will happen. So I don't think so.
A
But
limit for what you say?
to kill this animal
Oh,
to
okay.
eat to for hinders in general, you know.
Yeah, I think it will be interesting. I
Yeah.
agree with you if we had a limit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, the next one is, what are blood sports? Should they be banned? Blood
What is
sport,
this?
it's
Blood
like
sports.
the animal, the bull, total.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some like fights with, it's not fights like these it's kind of fight, but it's like when the guy plays with the bull
Ah,
or under the bull, so he can stand still longer. Is that a sports that involve animals? Like the bull is the most common that I can think right now. I don't know if there's anyone.
yeah, yeah, I see. I agree.
I don't know if briga de galo, these animal
Mm-hmm.
fights
Yeah, I
getting
think
close.
it's more,
I don't know, but
more.
I don't know. I think it may be really stressful for these animals, like the bull that has to run a lot, or maybe even fight with the human. I don't. I think they should be banned. I don't know. I don't think.
Yeah, yeah, it's complicated to think because it exists nowadays in some place, I guess, but some people died work on it, so it's crazy. É,
Mhm,
em em cima, né,
mhm.
this animal, so I think it's should be banned, but we don't have enough government to control it, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't have so much information about it.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't think there is a lot of control, because I don't. I never seen these sports happening. Like I never been in one like this total mechanic,
Yeah,
or I never
never.
been in a
Just
real
on
one.
TV. Mhm.
Yes, I only saw on TV. I think they happen mostly in how can I say, like interior, like in outside of the capital.
Mhm.
So I think there's less government, and I think less rules about it.
Mhm.
So
I see.
it gets easier to do it. The next one is how are animals' rights viewed in your country? Can you go first?
Yeah, so let me think. I don't know, but here in Ireland, for example, I can see so much farms and the people working with ovelhas. I forgot the name in English. So yes, and I don't know. Even in São Paulo, that I lived there, I've never seen what the animal rights. Never, never. I don't have anything to add.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not really on this topic. I don't know a lot about this topic, but I think there's still a lot of improvement to do. Like Brazilians, they have this culture of eating meat. You know, like barbecue is a really famous event for Brazilians. So I think it will be really hard to ban the culture of eating meat. I think in Ireland is a lot of common to eat meat, right?
Yes, right, and pork. I think pork is the most one, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Right. So I think in these countries it would be really hard to ban this culture, but I think that, like I said before, still a lot of improvement to do.
Hello.
Hi, I can hear you. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, good. So the other ones go down.
Stop working. Oh.
Yeah, stop working. Thanks.
Okay. I think we answer all the 10 questions, but I can make other questions. Let me think.
How did you find Chinchi, for example?
Sorry, I didn't hear. How do
you find Chinchi?
It's a little bit.
Ixi, peraí. Let me see. Hello.
I can hear you, but it's a little bit
Yeah, I
low.
think
The volume is a little bit low.
this is another headset. It's terrible. It's better now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So how did you find Chinchi?
Okay. I discovered in Telegram. I was looking for to have immersions in French actually, but I didn't know any platform, anything. So a host in TNT told me about it in Telegram in one group that I was, and I entered and I really enjoyed it.
Amazing. And did you take French classes also?
Yes, I attend the French ones too. I really like it.
Very, very good.
And you?
I found Chinchi on LinkedIn because I'm trying to improve my my English, mainly conversation, because
Right.
I'm working from home and I'm not
You
going
work
out. Yeah,
for a
from home
company in Brazil or in Ireland?
in Ireland. So it's an American company, but have office here. So I was really afraid because the Irish accent it's very hard.
Right.
So I'm getting crazy. Oh my God, I need to improve my conversation, my listening. So I'm trying to find some place that I can try to speak every day because I don't have a meeting every single day and then I'm not going to the office. I'm just
Right.
sometimes have a meeting on Zoom and I found it on the LinkedIn. It's very helpful.
Yes. But like in the daily conversations, like when you go to a restaurant or to, I don't know, to a bakery, do you understand them? It's easy to understand.
Yeah, the basic vocabulary it's easier
Okay.
and depends the people that speaking. Sometimes I need to say, could you repeat please or
Right.
slowly? But I'm getting used to, but depends of the people. If they are old, so it's hard, or teenagers, so it's hard too, because have a lot of different slangs
Yeah.
from this region, you know.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I thought when I went to United States, I thought really confusing to understand some like slangs too, like especially texting. Like they use
Mhm.
a lot of abbreviations and
Yeah, I can imagine. So have you lived there or just to visit?
no, I went there to study English. So
Mm.
I spent 2 months there just to study in English school.
Mhm.
It was only English and meeting people there to improve a little bit my English. And like
Okay.
teenagers like to use a lot of slangs and abbreviations. So I found
Yeah.
it really hard.
So, but did you have a good level of English when you spent 2 months there?
Like I 2 months is it's really it's not enough to learn English. It's still really é muito pouco.
Mhm.
So I I I thought I improved my English, but when I went there, I already have been studying English since I was little. So I think it just helped me to talk every day in English and have a little bit more contact with the language. But
Mm.
I didn't like learned in 2 months. I think it's impossible for.
Mhm. So when you went there, you already have knowledge about English in this
Yes, yes.
case.
When I went there, I already been studying and I did
Mhm. Yeah.
just to improve.
Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. Yeah, I didn't have this how can I say privilege because my school it was public school, so it's
Oh,
very hard. We had English class, but it's terrible. The teachers didn't know, and I'm not
mhm.
advanced the verb to be, so it's hard.
Yes, but I studied in the private school, but the English was horrible too. My mom insisted with me to put me in a English course here in Brazil
Mhm.
because
Yes.
she said like, oh, you have to have the English. But in school, I didn't learn a lot too. It was horrible.
No, I can imagine. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
It's so sad. And for me, when I come here for the first time to study English, I started to in A0, so beginner. I
Uh-huh.
didn't understand nothing, and I just cry when I arrived at my house because I'm so frustrated.
But you said you've been there 1 year, right? For
Yeah,
1 year.
no, I'm returning since almost 1 year.
You improved a lot your English. You started
Yeah.
when you got in Ireland. You
Mm,
started English there.
no, I started to study in Brazil, I think in 2016. Before I planned to come here to
Oh,
study English. So, but I just study on Saturday, so once a week, and I didn't
oh,
have time to study every single day. And when I come here in 2018 to exchange program, I spent 8 months, so it's helping me a lot because I passed to beginner to pre-intermediate so
right,
fast because I just studying, and working with foreign people because here there are a lot of people from somewhere, and since I came back now the past year, I'm trying
mhm.
to improve it, and change helping me a lot because I
But
speak more here on the platform.
all right. But you still doing English classes?
Not anymore, but in 2018, I studied by school for 8 months.
I think the exchange give you the English classes. I thought that, but
Yeah, it's very, very good. I really recommend for any people wants to improve English quickly.
all right.
Yeah, come here and study because you don't have a choice.
Yeah,
When
you have
you go to
to
the
speak.
supermarket or the everywhere, you need to force yourself to talk.
Exactly. You have to speak, and you may think in English, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
when we're here, we don't really use the English, but I think that when you're in a country that speaks every day, you start to think in English, dream in
Yeah.
English, and you have to talk, obviously.
Yeah, we can figure out that we learned it when was a dream in English, so it's funny.
Yeah. Um, and what you said you were from São Paulo. Where did you live in São Paulo?
I lived in capital,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
like near to the city center. Have you been there?
Yes, my family is from São Paulo, so I really travel a lot to São Paulo, but it's mostly the capital too, São
Hmm.
Paulo.
I love São Paulo actually because we can see a lot of different things to do and everything. I really love, but I just trying to have a better life here, work balance, and improve my English, of
So
course.
you're thinking to stay in Ireland, or you still don't know?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know how many years, but I don't have dates to return to Brazil in the short term.
Right, right. Oh, I would like to. I
Really.
only had a small experience on exchange. I would like to
Mm.
go to stay longer.
But for your career, I think it's very possible. I can
Yeah.
see a lot of Brazilians with relations, international relations.
Mm-hmm.
They really living here. I have a friend. He
All
lives in
right.
France. Yeah,
But she's doing college there in
no, she
Ireland, or
worked.
she already graduated.
She worked from a company in Brazil and in this department to relationship with other countries. And she got a job in the same company, but here in France.
All right.
Just change the country, but the same roles and change some clients, I guess. because she also speaks a little bit French, so it's
Oh.
easier to live in there with English and French too. So
Mhm.
it's totally possible.
Exactly. Nice. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of people, international relations going to different countries.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes. And you went with your husband or boyfriend?
Yeah, my
Also,
husband.
I think it's easier when you go with someone else, right? Like
Yeah,
you don't
totally.
feel alone. I think it
Mhm.
must be better.
Yeah, exactly, because I can see the most of my friends living here when it starts to living here and without English, it's hard because
Mm-hmm.
the people just thinking, oh my gosh, what I'm doing here? I don't know anyone. I don't know the language. I hate the weather here, so it's hard
It's
to.
really cold. It's really cold.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
the
my
most
God.
of the time it's
I
cold.
already think about going to Ireland, but I hate the cold. I hate it. So I gave up.
Yeah, yeah, I love summer and I hate this weather here, but we don't need to have anything, everything on the same place. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the most parts that I hate, it's the weather.
Mm-hmm.
But in summer it is good, but 6 months it's terrible.
Right. Right.
But you need to come back here and know in probably in summer or autumn it's almost good, but in the winter it's terrible. I don't aconselho.
But at least I never been to Ireland, but I've been in Europe. I think at least the inside places are, they have heat, so it's a
Mhm.
little bit easier to spend the winter there.
Yeah,
Because here in Brazil,
exactly.
you're not used to it. We don't have heat in our homes. We don't have none of that. So we just have to
Yeah.
get used of the cold.
Yeah, here there we have a air conditioner, so it's good. But here we don't have just a heater. So in the summer is if you have warm day, so it's terrible because the house is not prepared to
Right.
live on summer. So
Right.
but outside it's roast, but the inside of the places it's very warm. It's really
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm feeling really bad when I wake up and the weather is green and rainy, so I don't want to do nothing. So I'm feeling rolled down, you know.
Oh yes, here in Brazil it's raining a lot right now. So
Yeah.
it's, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's
Mhm.
really sad. It's really bumped me when
Yeah,
I have to go work or do something in the rain.
I feel
And
that.
now it's still summer there. Or
No, it's starting autumn this month now,
oh,
September, autumn. Yeah.
okay, nice, nice.
Yeah.
And what about the people there? They're like welcoming, or how is it in
No,
Ireland?
Irish people usually to be friendly in general. So I think here, if I compare it with Germany, for example, it's hard to see the people smiling, you know.
Right.
And here, the people are more happy, no, it's happier, and like to drink some things. So if you go in some pub, you always see the Irish people dancing and have fun.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
really amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good experience if you
Mhm.
compare with European culture, you know.
Right, right. I want to. I really. I dream to go out to our Irish pub. I never
Mm-hmm.
been in once. It must be really nice.
You are welcome here, so I think you would like.
Hmm. So really nice. I think we got to the end of their conversation. I didn't see the time
Yeah,
go.
that's so fast.
Yes, but I will send you the survey so you can rate this conversation and suggest some other topics. It will help a lot.
Sure.
And I think that's it.